Hey hedgies, how's it going? Welcome back to Cornwall. We've had snow down here like a lot of you, and I've gone a little bit stir crazy and I need to get out and I need to get some air. I've had a ton of deadlines and stuff and I'm just feeling all a little bit hemmed in. So Johnny's at work today, so I figured I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna go up onto Bodmin Moor and have a bit of a poodle, and I thought I might take you guys with me. Let's go. Okay, I have made it to my destination. Here's my trusty touristy map of Cornwall. And I am here. I'm at Minions on the edge of Bodmin Moor. So I'm going to go and have a little wander. The forecast was supposed to be a lot clearer by now. Apparently this fog is going to lift, but this is Bodmin Moor, so I'm not holding out that much hope, if I'm honest. But hey. Looks to me like the remains of a snowman. Well, this is certainly blowing the cobwebs away. Black coffee, macadamia nuts, delish. That felt amazing. So I'm actually sat in a public car park. I'm a little bit uncomfortable with, I've got the doors and windows open, and I'm a little bit uncomfortable with doing this in front of other people-ish. So I've just been sat here for like 10 minutes waiting for the people in the next car to go away. I'm the worst. So welcome back, beautiful people. For those that are new around here, then hi, my name's Jane Sarshay. I write recipes for a living. This is Myrtle, the Volkswagen T4, my little camper van, and it's together in this tiny kitchen that we bring you guys awesome one-pot camping recipes. Now, as I said earlier, I just needed to get out. I needed to get some air. I needed to like clear my head, you know, when you're just indoors too much. So that walk, I was out for a couple of hours. It felt amazing. Oh my goodness. All of this is on my doorstep. I totally need to do this more often. If this is the kind of stuff that you like to see, if you want to see more of Cornwall, would you please let me know in the comments below, because I thoroughly enjoyed doing that walk this morning. Because I was making content, I was working. Like, if I just wouldn't go out for a walk for 2 hours on my own, otherwise I just wouldn't do it. What's the point? Like, I'd go with someone else, or I'd go if I had a reason to, but otherwise I would have stayed at home. So let me know if you want to see more of Cornwall. I'm kind of thinking that we could do we could go all over Cornwall together. You could stay in the comfort of your armchair, and I could actually get out and get some exercise, which would be a novelty. So, biryani. Oh, before we get started, let me just share my disclaimer. I'll even put my onions down for this. One, I'm not Indian. Don't know if you noticed that, but you know, just putting it out there. I'm not Indian. I've never actually been to India, and I've never been trained in Indian cooking. This is the most inauthentic biryani you're ever going to find. However, it's a bloody good one. So do with that what you will. Authentic, proper biryani takes ages. You've got to marinate your meat. You've got to cook your rice for more. Seriously, guys, we ain't got time for that stuff in the camper van. Our gas is going to run out, and we just want to get some scran in our belly. So what I've done is I've looked at all the great Indian cooks, and I've kind of looked at the flavour profiles, and I've looked at the style of their food, and I thought, let's cut that out, let's do that, let's let's use instant microwaveable rice. Let's just really wind that down. So I've made a really, really easy chicken biryani. It tastes awesome. I hope you enjoy it. I've made another spice blend. I'll leave the recipe for that below if you want to give that one a go. Add it to your little camper van repertoire. Anyway, enough talking. Let's cook. Onion going in. Let's get that puppy fried up. Oh, I forgot to say, I added 2 tablespoons of oil to the pan today, and I'm using avocado oil because I haven't really cooked with it much before. I recently bought a bottle, so I've been trying it in lots of my cooking just to give it a go. It's got a high smoke point, so apparently it's one of the better oils to be cooking with, and so far so good. It's very bland, very neutral in taste. So if you don't like coconut oil, you might want to give avocado oil a go for cooking. Now, today's recipe is a big old pile of food. I'm thinking it's going to be enough for 2 really strong, hearty appetites, or 3 kind of regular appetites. If you've got littlies in the family, you might even stretch it out to 4. If you wanted to make this just for one person, then obviously feel free to halve the ingredients. However, I am all about saving time and effort when it comes to cooking. So why not make this amount and then just refrigerate the leftovers, and you've got an instant lunch. No effort required. It will taste just as good cold as it does hot. So the meat eaters out there will be delighted to know that Veganuary, at least on my channel, is well and truly over. So we're going to have lots of meaty recipes coming up. Don't fear. February's theme is comfort food, and today's recipe for the biryani was actually a recipe request from BP174. Thank you, BP. Very cryptic name you have there. I'm kind of intrigued how that came about. So BP174 said comfort food, one pot biryani. Ta-da! So in an ideal world, I would cook these onions down way more, but I'm actually really hungry after that little stomp. So I'm just going to chuck my chicken in now. And now I'm using skinless, boneless chicken thighs. I much prefer them to chicken breast. I think they've got a lot more flavour, and they stay a lot more tender in a meal as well. Now I'm going to add in the garlic, garam masala. If you watched my fajita recipe recently, then you'll know that I tend to make my own spice blends. Look in the description box below and you'll find today's garam masala recipe already down there for you to whiz up your own version. Now there is actually a biryani masala, which is a kind of a separate spice blend. It's slightly sweeter and less fiery than a garam masala. I use them both quite infrequently, so I just make one and I make do. But certainly you can tweak it to be more authentically biryani style if you like. Also going to add a pinch of sea salt and a squeeze of tomato puree. If you can get the tomato puree that's actually made from sun-dried tomatoes, it's got heaps more flavour than the regular bright red tomato puree. Well worth getting hold of if you can find it. The car park is filling up with people and I smell like a curry house and I'm sat in there talking to myself. It's not a cool look. Now I wanted to add some vegetables, but I didn't want to have to go out to the shop and my fridge was a little bit bare, so I've got a ton of frozen peas there. Please use whatever you've got, whether you've got tinned veggies or fresh veggies, whatever you want. Something that cooks really quickly, so not carrot or potato, but frozen peas or tinned peas, tinned sweet corn would be tasty, whatever you've got. I'm also going to pop in some plain yogurt. Now I'm using Alpro, which is soya based because I'm lactose intolerant, so I can't use cow's yogurt. I'm going to turn that heat down. Okay, I put way too much yogurt in there, but I did tell you it wasn't going to be an authentic one. Now when it comes to using your pouches of rice, make sure that you break it all apart before you open it. These ones from Sainsbury's, they were just like a solid brick of rice, and then just sprinkle that over the top. Like I say, we're going for big food, so I've got 2 pouches. Smush that over, put your lid on, sit back and relax. So any of the other YouTubers that are watching this, how do you deal with people being around while you're doing this? I find it really uncomfortable. It makes me feel very shy. I'm not a shy person either, but it makes me feel real weird. I actually feel quite embarrassed and vulnerable, and I don't know, it's really, really strange. If you have any ideas how I can kind of get over that, please would you let me know in the comments. And it's really funny when I'm editing a video like this where I felt like this when there are people around, I know that my energy in the video is down, and yet when I'm on my own and I know nobody can hear me or see me, like I can be the real stupid me. I definitely hold back. Okay, while that's cooking, let me tell you what's in my little spice blend here. The main ingredient is coriander, ground coriander. There's also cumin, black pepper, ground cardamom, cinnamon, chili powder and ginger. You can also use dried garlic in here rather than adding fresh cloves into your curry. The only reason I didn't add it is that dried garlic kind of absorbs moisture from the atmosphere. So if your tub isn't airtight, it kind of clumps, and I didn't want it ruining the whole mix. So I tend to always have fresh garlic on hand anyway. But that's the main reason I don't have dried garlic up here. I do have it at home, but it's in a proper jar that's airtight. So the patience at this point is actually really, really difficult, because I know the underneath is now cooked and safe to eat and tasty. And I know that the rice on top is cooked, it's just cold. So I'm sat here kind of mulling over, do I care? Do I really like hot rice that much more? Honestly. My appetite is insatiable. And now it's just a case of mixing it round with the sauce, the chickeny sauce from underneath. And what's nice about this is that there's rice grains that are going to be coated in that yummy yogurty sauce. There's also going to be rice grains that are just steamed and yummy. And I really like that. Okay, quick taste. Oh, bloody hell. What was his name? BP somebody? BP174. Thank you, sweetheart. This is a cracking lunch. Oh, I don't know if it's that I'm really hungry after that walk, or this just does taste bloody lovely, but oh, this is ticking the boxes. Look, I haven't even taken my photo yet. Step away from the spoon, Jane. Okay. Now, that very controversial coriander going on. If you don't like coriander, leave it off. And cry in the corner. And for a little crunch, I'm also going to throw on some cashew nuts too. If I was organised and not ravenous, I could have toasted these in a dry pan first, but I was too hungry. There we go. Now, in my experience, a biryani isn't a really hot dish, but obviously make this how you like it. If you love really hot food, then whack a load more chili powder in. If you don't, then this recipe is spot on. You don't need to add anything else to it. It's a very, very mild, very flavourful, spicy dish. Not hot, but spicy. Okay, I need to take this thumbnail picture before it's all gone. Thank you very much, BP174. Thank you for your comment and requesting a fabulous biryani. I'm really pleased you did. My lunch is going to be much happier for it. Thank you. I'm going to be sticking a poll up on YouTube after this video has been published, so please go and pick the theme that you would like to see for March, and then you need to start dropping in the comments your recipe ideas for that theme. I look forward to going through them all again. As always, thank you for hanging out with me. I really hope you've enjoyed this really quick, very tasty and totally inauthentic biryani. Definitely put it onto your menu roster next time you're camping. It's a cracking meal. Have a brilliant week, a fabulous weekend if you're off on an adventure, and I'm going to catch up with you all next week. Until then, happy camping!